This is Death Wish coming at you again from Quixotes, and we are actually here with Andy from none other than Morte, and we're just going to sit down and we're going to have a quick conversation about some of the things going on for Morte. So how's it going, man?
It's going great, man. We're this is the fourth show in our U.S. tour right now. We're from here we're heading west, north, and circling back around the south of the country, and end up with a few shows at the Gin and Torturers, and then back home, start recording a new album.
Definitely. You actually, I believe you played the Black Sun Festival.
Oh yeah, we closed out the festival. We headlined the last night of the festival.
How did that go for you?
It was great, and we got there a day earlier, so we got to hang out with a bunch of our friends up there and stuff, which was excellent. And the show was amazing. Like, I mean, we were expecting, 150 drunk goth kids kind of looking at us, trying not to fall over, but they went crazy. It was a great show, a lot of energy, and
definitely.
Yeah, really good time.
Do you think the word has spread since then and kind of carried over as far as the gigs as more people come out because of it?
Absolutely. Every time we do one of these festivals, the nice thing about it is you're not playing to one area of the country, you're playing to the entire country, because so many people travel to these things. So it's really convenient, because we did that, and we did Dragon Con, and we just did Gothic Fest in Chicago, and there were people there from Russia, so it's like, yeah, it's awesome. It's a real quick, easy way to spread the word.
It's got to be kind of flattering to have people come. I mean, it's one thing to have cross states, and we're having another train, the Denver train. All right, there we go. Now, as far as, I mean, it's common in the U.S. you have people that travel between states, but I mean, have people actually crossing oceans to literally see you. How does that feel?
I mean, of course it's flattering. I mean, I feel really privileged to be living off of being a musician at all in the first place. So, having just somebody do that, make that effort to come see our music, and then we've touched somebody from that far away. It's awesome. I mean, it's what we've been trying to do for so long, and things are really starting to come together for us now.
Now, the new album,
Bleed the Gray Sky Black.
How's been the response to that so far?
Best-selling album by far, and it started selling immediately. It's a harder sound for us. We didn't know how fans were going to take to it, because it's not so just it's not strictly goth. It's definitely got a more hard edge, even a metal element to it. But people have really responded well, and it's shown at the live shows when we show up, and these kids show up and they know the lyrics, and it's like, that's what we're looking for. When if I need a break from singing, I got 100 motherfuckers right there. They're gonna do it for me.
Do the whole mic hand down thing.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm tired. Take care of this.
Very nice. Speaking of which, you actually just made a new video.
Yeah.
And Earth Angel.
Yeah.
I stumble on words the whole day today. So.
That's it.
How's been the response for transferring it to video?
Really good. I know that it's received over like 50,000 views so far between the few places we've put it, which is great. And it's we shot it on of course a super low budget. We didn't have to spend much money at all. A guy named Eric Thomas Craven, who's a great upcoming director, shot the video for us in our hometown in Virginia. And it's kind of a spoof, because when we did the song, there's nothing spoofish about it. We did the song very straightforward, because we like the song and have a lot of respect for it, and for Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox.
If you haven't seen it, then don't even know what you're doing on the computer. But with Earth Angel, and you said you added new metal elements to the album.
Yeah. What
actually got you guys to bring this out? I mean, was there something that kicked off this influence?
Yeah, well, I think that, when I first got into underground music, it was through Iron Maiden and the Misfits and stuff like that, so my roots are in metal. I love goth, I love a lot of indie rock, I love, a lot of music across the boards, industrial, you name it, I listen to it. When we kept gaining members. When we started, we were a two-piece with a drum machine. It's very easy to be a goth band when you're doing that. It's almost like you're a goth band by default. But as we got members, we got a live drummer, we got a guitarist that grew up on hair metal. Over time, I think it just kind of built up that way on its own. We never thought about it or made a conscious decision to do it. It just, it's what we turned into, and it's so fun. You know, it's like aggressive music for me is more fun at a performance because I don't like standing on stage and being mopey. I like going crazy. You know, I think that's what a live show is all about. You know, at least for us.
And it seems like these days, metal seems to be making a comeback with some sorts. What do you think about that? I mean, there's definitely a lot of metal bands that are now hitting the road now.
Absolutely.
Iron Maiden's getting attention. Judas Priest.
Yeah, I think everything has its ups and downs. You know, my thing is I love metal all the way through all of it. You know, like, but that swell and fall that comes and goes. It's happened several times, and it's gonna happen again. You know, metal won't always be the hot thing, but I think that trying to follow a trend is a bad idea. I think just do what comes natural to you, and that music might catch up, you know, in the mainstream or whatever you want to call it. It might not, but if you're doing what you love, you're going to be successful with it.
Absolutely. And now you're actually with Metropolis Records.
Yeah.
Was there something that actually sparked the separation with Cleopatra?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't want to talk smack on the label. The folks at Cleo are cool and stuff like that, but we just got a better deal at Metropolis, straight up. It was more support, more money, and once again, they give us 100% artistic freedom. So that's a big deal to us, you know. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's not as many compilation albums with tributes and stuff like that. Do you miss doing that?
I don't. You know, we got asked when we were on Cleo. We got asked to do a lot of tributes, and I think we did. The only one we did, I think, was the Smashing Pumpkins tribute. We did a song called Soma. Yeah, and I love the song. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. But we got asked to be on like a Marilyn Manson one, 9 Inch Nails, a ton of them. But it's just like I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it. If I do it, I want to be passionate about it. Not that I have anything against Manson or 9 Inch Nails. I just didn't feel like doing a cover of those guys at the time, and it just, I don't know. I think you can dilute yourself a lot if you keep covering and keep covering. I think, I mean, at that point, why not start a cover band and start touring the country? You know, it's not for us. I like writing.
So, post the tour, you said you're going to go back in the studio and work on the new album.
Hell yeah.
Do you have an idea about where you're wanting to go with it?
I think we're going to pick up where Bleed the Gray Sky Black left off, but the album's going to be more. Bleed the Gray Sky Black's our least schizophrenic album yet. I think it's the one with the most compact sound. We're going to try to take that a step further and make the sound even more unified on the next album. But I definitely think you're going to hear something similar to like, you know, like On the Edge on the new album, and that kind of in between metal and goth, but not corny at the same time. You know, plenty of synth elements, plenty of guitar elements, and driving beats. You know, a lot of big melodies. You know, it's. We want every song to sound like an anthem, you know, where kids are going to want to chant along with it, because that's fun.
Now, the one thing that always sticks out to me about Metropolis is, I mean, you're definitely surrounded by a lot of the electro EBM and the industrial bands. Are you seeing a lot of remixes of your material in the future? Or?
I don't know. I don't know how remixable we are. I did talk to, a while back, we were going to work with Tom for Assemblage 23, and we just never got around to sending him the tracks, and he's a great guy, great band, and it's something I'd be interested in, but right now that's not where we're putting our time. You know, it's not where we're putting our effort into getting remixes done, because our audience is kind of that, a lot of fans of, like, you know, AFI and stuff are listening to us now, and I don't know how far remixes would.
How does that feel?
I think it's great, man. I love AFI. Yeah.
Nice. Have you heard Black Audio?
I did. Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff. Yeah.
So just to wrap things up real quick, I noticed that you're wearing a Halloween shirt. Are you a fan of the new movie, the Rob Zombie one?
I like the new movie a lot. I like the original movie a lot better. Yeah. I don't think the original could be topped. It's probably my all-time favorite movie. So to me, it's like, it's sacred. You know, I liked the new movie. I thought that Michael became less of a force of evil and a little more of a realistic serial killer in the new one. I don't think that's a bad thing, but something about the shape in the first one where he's just like, he didn't come from a bad family. He's just fucking evil. You know?
Exactly.
Like, why is this guy evil? Because he fucking is, you know?
Well, thank you so much for
dude.
doing this. And this is Death Wish coming at you again with Andy from Bella Morte.
Vampire Free.
Represent.
Represent West.
If you haven't checked out their new album, I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names today. God. Oh.
Bleed the gray sky black!
Bleed the Grays. You are definitely missing out, and yes, I have heard it, so definitely check it out. Other than that, have a good night, be safe, and stay evil.